Hello, D. D. Hello. You don't know, say, you know some difficulties, you know. You can help me?
What would you like help with?
Alright. So my husband called me and tell me, say, the mechanic say it will cost about 250,000 to $300,000 start out the issue on the vehicle. You know the money? You know, no? You sure you're not lying to me?
No.
Oh, Jesus. I'm gonna depend on you, you know. Because guess what? You have some money, you know, but guess what? It tie up in an investment. I'm not sure if me gonna be able to get it out by the time the vehicle sort out. So you don't know nobody who can help me? Yeah?
What I get is ask around and
What
try
you
to
mean
source out
ask
money.
around? After me don't want even everybody know my business. We are family, that's why I'm make sure I call you, I'm ask you.
I just have it.
Alright, you don't have it. You know an emergency fund?
Yes, but the cost of living is high right now.
Why, me I tell you, man, you should have listened to all my financial advisor, them, you know, and deal with the emergency fund right now. Would not hear call you and feel disappointed. Would I have the money there where we can just run, go dry out and start out my business as soon as possible. But thank you for your honesty, though, D. So guess what? I go want you tune into the YouTube video to find out more about emergency fund because you don't really seem like you know much. Alright?
No problem.
See you. Oh boy. What me I gonna do now if the investments not come through in time? What me I gonna tell the people themselves? Wait till the money come through. Business a business, you know? Oh boy. What is an emergency fund? Do you have an emergency fund? Why do you think you need an emergency fund? Yes, you. Not me. You. You. Okay. Yeah, you. So, do you have one? All right. What is an emergency fund? An emergency fund is a set of cash that is saved separately at the bank from your regular savings or investments that will be used to cover unforeseen or unexpected expenses that may arise. All right, and as we live and go from day to day, many of us have already experienced unexpected or unforeseen expenses, and will some of us will continue to experience those unforeseen expenses. Now, what would be some reasons why you need an emergency fund? One, losing your job. So, at the rate at which the economy is going, all right, some industries or some careers in a couple of years they will no longer exist. All right, and so in a couple of years artificial intelligence will take over. More jobs will become less humanized, all right, and more machine is used to propel efficiency and productivity, all right. It could be the case that you may lose a job for other reasons, all right, and so you may need some additional cash to keep you until you um, receive another job. All right. Secondly, there can be a motor vehicle accident. All right. Whether you have your own personal car or you take a taxi, a Uber, or you get a drive from somebody, accidents can happen at any time and by anyone. All right. And so, in such circumstance or situation, you do need that type of cash. Next, you or a family member might end up having a series of hospitalization. Say, for example, you have a family member that has been recently diagnosed with cancer, and every now and then they have to turn up to do their various examinations, diagnosis. And not only that, some of us might travel with some other illnesses that may require us to be in the hospital every now and then. You need cash for that. Also, surgery. All right, because sometimes we might have underlying issues, and those issues may not show up until a later time. All right, and that time may be a time when you need that emergency fund. Next, home repairs or renovation. Say you're renovating your home. It's something that you had planned to do 2 years back. All right, but during the renovation process, while they are going through the different sections of the home, tearing down this part, they realize that there are sections of the home that are in extremely bad situation. And so they themselves have to call in additional persons with the expertise in that particular area to examine that section. And in examining the section now, it costs you a little bit more. So also have an emergency fund that's separate from your money that you had planned or saved up to do your renovations. Next, natural disasters. A lot of that happens around the world. Earthquakes, hurricanes, floodings, we have experienced them. And so if it happens that we experience a lot of damage in the process, we will need funds from that we will need money from that emergency fund that we had started. All right. And it can be to aid a family member or a friend. So an emergency arises and that family member really needs the assistance. If you're willing to help, you can pull from that fund. So any one of these situations can happen to you. It can happen to me. And if there's nobody there for us to turn to, what are we going to do? So we need to have an emergency fund because it is very important to us to you, to me, to everyone in general. In addition to that, though, do you know how much you will need for that emergency fund? Well, let me tell you. Now, before you can decide, there are two things that you need to consider: your age and your employment status. Now, when it comes on to your age, for older persons or those near retirement, it will take them 1 to 2 years worth of expenses. All right? 1 to 2 years worth of expenses. However, for persons who are stable in their jobs, it will take them 3 to 6 months worth of their expenses. While for those persons who are in an unpredictable job where the salary is unpredictable or seasonal, then it may take them 2 years worth of expenses, all right, to reach up to the minimum requirements for an emergency fund. Well, some persons may say then, so when do I start? My answer to you is no. And why I say no is, if you are financially able to, yes, you can start now. Also, as soon as possible. And the reason for this is the type of job that you have, and also whether it's a stable or a permanent job. Now, this will vary from person to person because each job has a different set of salary package. And so for a person who is at the top of the scale in their particular job, they are not expected to get the same salary as for a person that is at the lower end. All right? So, for those of you who can start now, go right ahead. For those of you who have to clear up some ends before you start, that are at the lower spectrum of the salary scale, then start as soon as possible, because it's very important for you to have such fund. All right. So now that you have assessed the situation for yourself and you have made up your mind that it's time and I really need this, here are some things that you must consider before and during the process. All right. So, one, you have to speak to a financial advisor. So, once you have decided which bank you are going to have the emergency fund with, you need to speak with a financial advisor within that particular institution. No, your financial advisor will analyze your salary or your income and also your monthly expenses. All right. So, from such analysis, you will then know how much you are able to deposit in that emergency fund on a monthly basis. All right? But don't start without consulting a financial advisor. Next, you need to open a new account. And why is that important? Because remember that it's not an account that you're going to dabble in. You're not going to go in it every now and then as you so desire. So you need to have that separate and apart from all the other accounts that you have. And it is also recommended that in certain cases, all right, you can make it a checking account by not having a debit card. So you won't find yourself going into it as you so desire. All right, but that part also is up to you and your financial advisor to decide. In addition to that, you need to be consistent with your savings. All right, so if you have decided to deposit X amount of cash each month, then it must be the same amount or more that you are depositing, but not less. However, if for any reason you fall short, it means that you're not going to give up and feel downhearted, but you're going to continue. So one or two misses should not be a reason for you to slow down or to give up and tell yourself that this is not working. It is working. However, you have reached a challenging point financially. And so once you have crossed that pathway, then you are ready to get back at it again. All right? But once you can be consistent, it is a must that you remain consistent. In addition to that, you need to facilitate sporadic increase when possible. What do I mean by that? So, if you work overtime and you get that overtime money, don't take all of that overtime money and spend it personally. Put some of that overtime money aside into that emergency fund. All right. Also, bonuses. All right. Because sometimes you have companies that they offer bonuses every now and then to their employees. All right. Put a little bit of that bonus aside as well into that emergency fund so that what you're doing is you're topping up. So as I said earlier, if you should miss a payment or you pay less for a particular month, those bonuses, those overtime, and even retroactive salary. Say you get a lump sum one at a time or two at a time for the 2 times for the year, twice for the year. Put something out of that retroactive salary into the emergency fund. All right, so in the event that you fall short, those funds will be there to back you up. All right, so don't play around with those sporadic increases. Make them useful, all right, or make them matter. Next, limit spending habits. Because I know, some of you like to shop, you like to eat, and you like to take care of your home, etc. So, shopping, purchasing several items for the month, clothes, shoes, bag, etc. And sometimes they are not even being worn. Limit the amount of shopping that you do and put some of that cash into the emergency fund. All right. In addition to that, say every 2 weeks you eat at a fast food restaurant. You can cut that down to just one time for the month. So the other amount that you would have been spending on food, put that into the emergency fund. All right? You have something to do in your home. Nothing is wrong with the furniture that is in there. But you went browsing. All right? You went to Courts, you went to Singer, you went to Home Depot, you went to Walmart, or even online, and you are searching, and you come across something that you like, and you're like, I'm gonna get this. I need to replace that center table with this one. What is wrong with the current center table that you have? Nothing. You just see something and you like it, and nothing is wrong with seeing something and liking it. But do you need it? Or is it just a want that you think you need to fulfill because you can fulfill it? And I'm sure that if it was a situation where you didn't have the cash, you would be saying, this center table really looks nice. But guess what? Can't really afford it right now. No. And nothing is wrong with the one that I have. It's still beautiful. It still makes a statement. So let me just go and work with it. So what will you now do with the center table that you have replaced and it's in good condition? You're going to just put it in the storage area or the attic, and it's going to be there until it rots. Think about these things. All right? So sometimes we spend more than we need to, or we should. All right? And in some cases, persons who replace items within their homes regularly, it is recommended that you have a yard sale. All right? Or if you know a family member who you can sell, or a friend, or just anybody that you can send that particular item to that you have replaced, then you can do so. And what do you do with that fund? You either put all of it or some of it in the emergency fund. All right? And also delay or put on hold other interest where possible. So for example, you're interested in buying a motor vehicle, right? You're interested in taking a vacation. You're interested in renovating your home. Are they a necessity at this moment? So what you can do is, because all of these things are personal to you as an individual. So what you can do, use that money that you are planning to get the vehicle with, put that or deposit that into the emergency fund. Once you have reached the set amount for the emergency fund, then you start saving again towards your motor vehicle, towards the renovation of your home, and towards that lovely vacation that you and your family wants to take. Nothing is wrong with that. But priority is what is of most important. So do what is best for you and your family and others. No. Do you think that if you don't have the right mindset, you are able to accomplish the task of having an emergency fund? Well, the answer is no, absolutely not. So let me tell you, having the right mindset is very important. All right? And not just mindset in general, but financial mindset. Because some of us, we tend to like to compare others with ourselves. No, all of us are not in the same type of job or profession. And so it is very important for us to understand our financial situation and not compare yourself with anyone else. Because you might be working more than someone else, and the other person can be working more than you. And you're going to look at it to say, he's okay. He can have a great emergency fund. Because guess what? He has all the cash to be able to do so. And then you're saying, no, sure, you're at the lower end of the ladder. And your salary is just monkey money and it cannot carry it. Guess what? There's a saying that says, every mickle make a muckle. All right? So if you continue to deposit monthly, by the end of the year or by the end of that time period, especially for those of you who doesn't have a big salary, every single money that you deposit matters. It counts. It adds up. So at the end of the year or the time period, you can have X amount of cash in that emergency fund. As opposed to if you continue to compare yourself and you never get started. So the financial mindset must be right. So enjoy building your emergency fund. So then, do not wait for you to actually be in a situation for which you cannot help, as it's already far gone. And also learn from other person's experience or lack thereof. And create your own positive experience, which puts more smile on your face rather than sadness and stress. So as you move forward in creating your emergency fund, enjoy the journey and use it well.